Yeah, man.
All right, let's hop on to it. Get started.
Get down.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the critically acclaimed AU Guys Sports Podcast, Sportscast, pretty for it, made for it, and showed off by the average Joe. I'm your host once again, Worldwide, here with my collegiate panel of guests, the one, the only Dale Spears, my right-hand man, and the one, the only Pittsburgh Steelers native, Derek Jackson. What's up, man?
Not native of
What up,
Pittsburgh. He was born in Quincy.
It don't matter.
Hey,
It don't
man.
matter. It don't matter.
Hey, man, I promised my boy a good intro. Is that good enough?
Yeah,
That's good enough. I'll take it. I love it.
What's going on, guys, man? Appreciate y'all. This is season 3, the season 3 premiere of the podcast. Guys, this is episode 21 of the series, guys. How crazy is that? Y'all was here. These two guys was here all last season. We had some funny moments in season 2. But this is their second season on the show, my third overall, and it's great to have you guys here. Do you see the title of the video? Football's back, and a lot of football has happened the last 2 weeks here in college football. NFL starts this Thursday coming up. So let's talk right into it, guys. First thing we're going to talk about, first thing I want to say is thanks to StreamYard for once again powering the stream. Once again, thanks to StreamYard for powering the stream. Let's go and hop into it. Coach Prime. I know y'all watched that game yesterday between Colorado number 17 TCU.
Yeah.
I hate to say this, and I told Dale this over early in the week. Don't sleep on Colorado. Man, I'm gonna start with you first, Dale. Since you missed the game,
I got a lot to say.
You say what?
I got a lot to say, cuz.
Let me turn this down a little bit. Say that again, Dale.
I said I got a lot to say.
I think y'all break. Yeah.
Hey, stop.
But supposed to be at FSU.
So let me ask y'all a question. Do you think Colorado's for real or you think it's just a fluke?
I think they for real.
Did it for real?
Oh, man, that ain't no fluke. I mean, hey, you throw for 500 yards, that ain't no fluke.
They competed. They competed, nah.
So do you think Shedeur Sanders is one of the top 2 quarterbacks in the Pac-12, or you think he has more to prove?
I mean, he's got more to prove. It's only one game now. I mean, Nebraska has a good defense, so we'll really get to see next week. You got to think they still got to play USC, even though USC's defense is not really good. He got to keep up with Caleb Williams, because we don't know what Caleb Williams can do. Then he's got he still got to play Utah. We all said what Utah did to Florida. Utah's got a pretty good defense. So, I mean, they proved to everybody that they can play in this league or in the Power 5. So now it's just about going out there and doing it each and every week. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you saw the celebration, they celebrated like they won the damn conference, you know. But I'm thinking, all right, you still got 11 more games to go. You know what I'm saying?
But you also got to look at this too, Dale.
To be honest, really, not even 11 more games. If they can get to a bowl game, Angel Stein. If they get to a bowl game this year, that's a great. That's a hell. Deion Sanders could probably get another job somewhere else.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, if you look at the next 3 games, they could win it, including yesterday. They can be 3-0 by the time they play USC. They got wins. They got winnable games against Washington State, Stanford, and UCLA. So that's 6 wins possibly right there. And then you could probably upset one of these other 4 ranked teams you can play. I think they probably will beat USC. They probably will beat Oregon. But I can see them upset Oregon State. I can see them probably compete against Utah. But I see them lose again. I see them lose against Washington, USC, and Oregon. Those are 3 losses. 9-3. It's a great season for me. Heck, if you get 8-4, that's still a great season for what they had last year.
Hey, man, they already matched the last year win totals.
Yeah, they already tied. What it was, 111 last year?
We need you,
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Cool. What was the question, though, Charles?
No, I was saying, you could look at their schedule. I see 6 wins already. Next 2 games, I know Nebraska will be a tough team, but I think they'll beat Nebraska. They'll definitely beat Colorado State. They'll definitely beat Washington State. They'll beat Stanford and UCLA. So that's 6 wins right there. If you really look at it. If they get past Nebraska, that's 6 wins. And I think they could upset Oregon State. I think they got say Oregon State because I'm not sold on DJ Uiagalelei yet. I
Yeah,
still
me
haven't
neither.
sold him
Me
yet.
neither. I'm not
I
sold
think
on
he's
him.
probably the worst quarterback in their division by far. He was a bust as a 5-star recruit.
I don't think he's a worse quarterback. I don't think he was a bust. I just don't think LSU utilized him the right way.
I mean, out of all the ranked Pac-12 teams, he's
Like
probably the worst of the 5.
730. He got one more season.
But I think he's the worst quarterback of all the ranked teams in the Pac-12. He's the
Even
worst.
worse than Stanford quarterback, huh?
No, all the ranked teams.
Oh,
Yeah, all the ranked teams, he's probably the worst one.
why didn't you go with that, George?
But I think also, if you look at if Coach Prime, like Dale said, wins 6 games, don't be surprised if you see A&M struggling again this year. Don't be surprised.
Hey, because
A&M calling
think
them.
about it. Hey, think about it. If they win 6 games, and let's say Shador has an all American type season, if he declares for the draft, Shiloh, this is his last season. So what does Prime have to be in there for anymore? Hey, a fun fact for you, Charles. I saw somewhere. It was like when they hired Coach Prime, they gave Coach Prime $29.5 million, and the AD told Coach Prime at the time he didn't even have it, but he was like, "I'm gonna get it." And once Colorado made the hire and everything, the boosters raised $28 million, and they sold out. The season tickets. Now, if that ain't a good ass fan base, I mean, if that don't want you to stay right there,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like that right there.
Like,
I
you
ain't got
feel
it,
me?
but I can get it. No
Hey,
worry
the
about it. I'ma
AD said
get
I ain't got it, but I'll get it. And the
I'ma
boosters
get it.
got it
Don't
for
worry
him,
about it.
and they sold out the season tickets.
It's a shame that you don't see other schools like that that'll go out there and get the money to get the marquee guy there.
Hey, it
Colorado
was funny, Charles. When after the game was over with, you could see the AD go down there and hug Coach Prime like he just wanted to go. They was
Like,
crying it all.
Man,
Like, thank you.
I think this is if Coach Prime believes they'll probably go down to the top ranked coaches in their school district after 1 year.
That's a yeah.
And I mean, if you
It's
look
like
at it,
ain't gonna get down.
Colorado has been relevant. Nothing relevant is Cordell Stewart was in college, and he got no Cordell Stewart very well. That's a long time since Colorado was relevant.
you said Stewart.
Last time Colorado was relevant was Cordell Stewart. Cordell Stewart was in college.
I know that's a long time. I ain't even know Cordell Stewart played with them.
Yeah, Cordell Stewart is infamous for being on the game that had the fifth extra down. Y'all know infamous play college football history. He was on the game against I think it was Michigan. He played Colorado. They had 5 downs and they still get the first down. But that's a
it was
last
a good game. I mean,
game.
and granted, let's give context here. TCU only had 3 players that was on last year's team on this year's team, so they coming in with a whole new team too. But Colorado, they look like they belong. So we'll see if they can do it week in and week out.
Well, it'll be a big test next week against Nebraska. You see Nebraska.
Yeah. Nebraska, they have a good defense. They just lost to Minnesota, but they only allowed 13 points total.
Yeah, so we'll see how it is. But this is gonna be a high flying, Colorado team. But the question is about Colorado. I'm gonna start with DJ after this. Do you think going forward, Travis Hunter should continue to play both sides of the ball, or you think he's stick on one side?
I mean, I want to say yeah, because hey, if anybody know about playing both sides of the ball, it is Dion.
It's Dion.
Right.
Dion wanted to play both sides of the ball.
He did. Wide receiver, punt returner, kick returner, DB.
To me, it looked like he did it, and he did it without being tired or anything.
Yeah, he did a good job, man.
Today he went on somebody's pod saying that he keep doing that. He going to Heisman, no doubt about it.
Oh, no doubt.
He ain't got to score touchdowns on offense.
It's just
the fact that he put up over 100 yards.
100 yards receiving and a pick on defense and a couple of deflections. Come on,
that's tough.
If he can do that each and every season, or each and every game, I'm sorry, then hell yeah, he gonna win the Heisman.
And then don't forget, he could have had two touchdowns in that game too. One caught out of bounds and one he dropped.
Yeah,
So
that
now
is true.
gotta add
That
up
is
more to
true.
his stats. So I mean, the fact that is Colorado's career. I hope that Colorado definitely
Hey,
does.
now, hey, the
Go
real
ahead.
question is this: now that other coaches have seen that it can be done, I wonder will other coaches do it? Or I am
Do
not
what?
getting nothing right now.
Well, yeah, first
Try
of
to
Leave
get
one
all,
school, hey, go leave one school, get rid of all the trash players, and go to the transfer portal and get guys that want to be the coach them up the right way and go win games.
well, so far the only team my
And
son
and
done
that
so.
turnover was quick as hell. Like,
Well,
I mean, but you got to realize they lucky because it's Dion.
yeah, a lot of people
All
are
coaches ain't Dion, bro. Dion got that
all
name.
coaches ain't Dion. You're right. Hey, you're right.
definitely right,
You're
DJ.
right. All coaches ain't Dion. But if you're still a good recruiter, if you
Yep,
still can get guys wherever you may be, why not? Why not give it a shot?
you're right about that, my brother. You're right about that. The jury will be out to see if they could steal an upset on the road against Oregon. I really think Oregon could be a Colorado could be a factor in that Pac-12. They get one against Oregon and
Yeah,
play
they
a
could
good
put
out
one.
against USC. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if Colorado
Because what
towards
Oregon
the
did yesterday was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean it was
I,
Portland
I
State
don't
though.
care.
It
Hey,
was
bro, I
Portland
don't care
State.
who you play. 81-7 is crazy.
Yeah, 81-7 is crazy.
That man Bo Nix out the first part of third quarter.
Hell, I saw Oklahoma had
They
45 in
won
the first
73.
half.
Yeah, they won 73-0.
They had 45 in the first half, bro. Like,
Now, my
yeah,
next
Oregon put up
question,
81.
some of that question, I'm going to talk about Dale and this one. Dale, who is your most disappointing team from yesterday? Or from this weekend
Uh
game so far?
oh, the most disappointing. That's easy. Ohio State.
Ohio State?
Oh,
Okay, give me a reason why.
All right, if you watch the game, that offense is not good.
Right.
Their quarterback is trash. But to bro, listen, it's crazy because it's like uh um for them to be playing Indiana and only be up 10-7 at half
It was 10-3,
is
wasn't it?
or yeah 10-3 at halftime is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like they have
it's
no
almost like
quarterback.
somebody was
Ryan
singing.
Days. It's like they got all this talent at wide receiver, but the quarterback is trash or the play calling is not good. But Ohio State should be concerned. Very concerned.
I think Kyle
Mm.
McCoy's not here. I don't think I'm going to give you a tidbit. If Dak
We
Miller
thought
had stayed this year, he'd have been starting at Ohio State.
we thought Alabama was going to have concerns at quarterback, but to me, Jalen Milroe, I mean, to me, he's another Anthony Richardson. Like athletic wise, like
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
that man is fast. He can make people miss. If I'm Nick Saban, I won't be worried about nothing. I tell Jalen Milroe, you ain't got to throw the ball no more than 20 times a game, dog.
All right.
Everything else, you running that thing.
Talk your trash.
Hey, for real.
I
If
was
your
wrong
first read
about
ain't
Jalen.
no, just take it. Just take it.
I was wrong about Jalen Miller. I was surprised he done so well. Now, my next question is, I'm gonna make a quick question, quick little tidbit. If you're Tyler Brother, you transfer from Notre Dame, expected to be the starter going into this year, and you're not the guy, do you feel like you transfer again, or do you want to sit it out and wait to see what happens with Miller? Because he was
I mean,
a low key 5-star going into Notre Dame.
Jalen Milroe's a sophomore, so he got plenty of more years left. You know,
That's
to play to play football. And if Buckner transfers, he got to sit out a year.
yep. I've been three schools in 2 years.
To me, Buckner's just not good. I mean, if you saw him yesterday, he was trash. He's not a good quarterback. Simple.
Yeah.
Alabama got him because they didn't have no other options.
Right.
So it's like shit.
And he always went there. He's old off the first of the game with OC now. That's what he did.
Oh, but we all got AIs. Why we not doing?
DJ,
What up,
same
Carl?
question.
Oh, can't
Who
move
was
it.
your biggest disappointing team from this weekend?
I can't hear you, Carl. What you
Yeah,
said?
what was the question? You got static over there. Where you at, Cuff?
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Who was the there's an Ohio State? Who was the biggest disappointing team from this weekend from you in your eyes, DJ, and why?
I mean, I already knew. I've been trying to tell y'all the whole time Ohio State and Michigan gonna do what they do, so I'm not surprised by any of they two plays because they both played trash. So
Who Michigan played?
They play East Carolina.
nobody.
They play East Carolina. which is a nobody.
And what was that score, Charles?
I think they won 30-3 or 40-3, something like that.
See that?
Everybody else put up
That's what.
75, 80 points, and you can't put 50 points in
Ohio
East
State and
Carolina.
Michigan did what? Ohio State and Michigan did what?
Let me go look at these scores again, if I'm not mistaken.
Ohio State and Michigan did what?
The Buckeyes, Michigan won 30-3, and Ohio
Mm-hmm.
State won 23-3.
See?
And if you look at Kyle McCord's stats from that game, Kyle McCord was 20 of 33, 239.
Didn't Alabama pitch a shutout?
Yeah, they played a team that so-called Hurricane team could do beat last year.
Not Miami. I said Alabama.
I know the team they beat was a team that might lost to last year, Middle Tennessee State.
I said Alabama.
That's who Alabama played.
I know. That's what they played.
Middle Tennessee State.
Yeah, they beat Grace out of Mississippi State.
Speaking of Miami looked better than last year.
I mean, they played Miami, Ohio. I think they should have won that game.
Last year they were also against Tennessee, so
yeah, true. You're right. I mean, that's a win for them. But if you look at Kyle McCord's numbers, he was pretty pedestrian. 20 of 33, 239 at a pick. Marvin Harrison was a non-factor at all. He only had 2 catches for 18 yards against Indiana. And you're supposed to be the best wide receiver in this year's class. That's not going to get the job done as a first-round pick. So
talking about Marvin Harrison?
Yeah, he only had 2 catches.
He only had 2 catches.
Not even 20 yards. And then if you look at Michigan's numbers, a lot of people talk about Blake Corum, the running back. If you look at J.J. McCarthy, he looked pretty good. But Blake Corum had 10 carries for 73 yards and a touchdown. McCarthy for 3 TDs. So Michigan looked more impressive than Ohio State. But, I mean, you could have put more points on
I don't see them staying. What they is 2 and 3.
They're number 2 and number 3. Yeah, I think Ohio State definitely going to drop.
I don't see them staying 2 and 3.
I see Michigan staying, but Ohio State will definitely drop. Who's number 4? Who's 4? Bama's going to jump. Bama's going to jump Ohio State. You look at the rest of the top 25 action. USC looked better. Georgia does what Georgia does. Kansas State puts up a shutout. A&M actually got a dub against an unranked opponent at home. Good way for them. Penn State looked good. North Carolina, got some questions about the Tar Heels. Drake May didn't look too impressive to me yesterday. He didn't. I mean, he threw 269, but he had 2 picks. And I have a problem with those turnovers because he only had 7 picks all last year. So
hey, when you got a whole year on film on somebody, things a change, you know.
Yeah.
Different. He's the main. He's whoever they in South Carolina's in South Carolina defensive plan. He was their main guy. He was one of their stars. He was one of the key players you look at. Drake May.
Now I can give North Carolina some credit though, Dale. North Carolina defense was hot trash last year. No. North Carolina had one of the worst defenses in college football last year. Yesterday against South Carolina, they held their run into -2 yards from 31 carries. So their run defense actually looked pretty good yesterday.
South Carolina?
No, North Carolina. North Carolina had a horrible defense last year. Spencer Rattler was really one-dimensional. He did them for 359.
Oh, he thought I was going to do it for a long.
But
I don't like Spencer Rattler. They tried to hype him up this offseason.
He's garbage.
He is what he is, bro. Like,
oh man, but big win for
yes. He wants you.
I have to say,
I'm going wing trail.
We're losing you, Charles.
Don't be surprised at Notre Dame, their quarterback. He looks real good. I will see.
Talking about Sam Hartman?
Yeah, he looked real good his first 2 games.
Yeah. These first 2, he has looked good, but who have they played?
Yeah, they played what? Navy and Tennessee State really allowed 6 points. They first 2 tests in 2 weeks when they played Ohio State.
Ohio State, but it's like Ohio State got to get that quarterback thing right.
Right now, I got Notre Dame winning that game due to quarterback play.
Yeah, I mean, hey, what I say for DJ, quarterback play.
Quarterback play.
Yeah, hey, it's all about the quarterback.
And speaking of quarterback situation, what do y'all think is the future for Archie Manning over there in Texas? Do you think he's going to stay at Texas all the year, or he's going to transfer?
I got to see it. Did you see his spring game? He didn't look good.
I heard he looked horrible in the spring game.
I didn't see the spring game.
Last time I checked, he wasn't even the second string. He was behind somebody else.
Malik Murphy's their backup quarterback. He actually played.
Yeah, he's not even second string. So you don't have to just because you got the last name Manning, don't mean you're gonna
Don't
be like
mean
a Manning.
Your nephew.
Almost cuss.
But let's see how Premiere takes to Tuscaloosa next Saturday night against Bama. Because that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about Quinn Ewers instead of Archie Manning. No lie to you.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers is actually a better quarterback than Archie Manning. So, and I think Quinn Ewers against Alabama last year, I think Bama would have lost that game. But
I like Bama. I mean, after seeing Jalen Milroe this year, bro, this past game, is like, okay, well, he ain't got to throw it 30, 40 times.
yeah, you're right. His play set's going to be critical. They might do a lot more RPO with him this year because of
And that's what I would do.
I mean, more read options.
I wouldn't make him throw it no more than 30, 40 yards especially against good teams. When we play the SEC opponents, man, I ain't trying to go and have him out there making hard, quick decisions.
Right.
Yeah.
Listen, if your first read ain't there, pull it down and run and get what you can.
I mean, he's probably the best fit for them for this season because look at the skill players like a Jermaine Burton, who I like at Bama. I watched him play a lot last year with Bryce Young, but with the skill set he has, I think they'll be fine. Especially can he do it against, like Bill said, elite talent going forward. Test for in the middle of that team. It's really gonna be a measuring stick for both teams that game. Who's real and who's not.
Can barely hear you, Charles.
Oh, for real? How about now?
No.
No.
You can hear me, Jack?
No, not really.
You got headphones you put in or something? Oh, okay, you better not, cuz.
What about now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, bet. So my next question is to you all. Oregon State playing right now.
Fam, you playing right now too.
Hey, fam, you looking real good. I knew Fam was gonna be good this year. They up 28-3 right now in the fourth quarter.
They ranked number 25 in the FCS.
They all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they ranked number 25.
Oh, wow, congratulations, fam.
They beat Jackson State. They probably gonna win out in the SWAC cup.
They might go undefeated.
Deion took all the players from Jackson State, so I'm not even surprised by this.
Yeah, I'm not either. Now he did hire get the guy, like his homeboy, the job. That was an assistant last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like DJ said, he took all the good players.
Wow, FAMU was number 25 in FCS, right behind Gardner Webb.
Hey, they went out. They can make the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, they got some heavy hitters in that top 10, though.
Hey, and then you make the playoffs. Hey, if they make the playoffs, I'm pretty sure there's money coming to the school, to the
more exposure.
Department. Yeah, more exposure, more
Don't
money.
be surprised if FAMU eventually go D1 one day.
I ain't saying all that now.
Yeah.
I mean, they D1. They just D1 AA.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna never be in no Power 5 or no.
No, they'll probably go to a group of 5 at best, probably.
They would have to win a couple of championships.
I mean, it's a good start, though. I mean, you're in the division now that you don't see nobody in that division now.
North Carolina, North Dakota State should go to the Power 5. Join the
yeah, they doing Power 5, didn't they?
No, they didn't. Not the group of 5. I'm sorry, the group of 5. North Dakota State, all the FCS championships they be winning every year.
I think Sam Houston State did go to the group of 5.
I think they might. They might go because James Madison went and they in the Sun Belt now.
Yeah, they did.
In my opinion, you should. In my eyes, North Dakota State should, after all them championships, go to the Sun Belt, go to the AAC, go somewhere.
They're the Bama D2 D1 football.
Because it was James Madison's first year in the Sun Belt last season.
They up to the Virginia Tech, didn't they?
And that's more. Hey, that's more exposure. That's more money because you're in the.
It was their first year in that last year there, and they beat, and they would have won the division, but they couldn't go. They couldn't play in the division, the conference championship, because it was their first year.
How come?
Yeah, it was the best team because they beat the team that won it.
Who was the best team that won it?
Who was it? I can't even remember who won it.
What
There's no James Madison.
What conference?
James Madison would have won. Sun Belt.
Sun Belt. Oh. Sun Belt 2022 champion.
Yeah.
It was Coastal Carolina, right?
Okay.
Maybe Coastal Carolina. Okay.
Yeah.
He Coastal Carolina.
And Coastal Carolina been out for the last several years. But yep. No, it wasn't Coastal Carolina. It was Troy.
Troy's still a good team.
Troy went 12-2 last year.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, they're good in the conference.
So yeah, look at James Madison.
James Madison finished 8-3 in their first year.
8-3 your first year. That's great. Hey, if Dion can do that.
I mean, 6 wins in the conference is valuable. It's valuable.
Hey, if Dion can do that, I bet you. Hey, and if Texas A&M don't do what Texas A&M do, they're gonna fire Jimbo and hire Dion.
Yeah.
Because you know Dion from Texas.
Yeah, they got nothing but that oil money over there.
Well, he's not
And
from
oil
Texas.
money. That's a different one. That's a different type of money.
That oil money different, DJ.
That oil money different.
Money.
That's that baseball kind of money right there. Who A&M play next week? They got Miami next week at home on the road. Oh, and they're only a 5-point favorite against the Hurricanes. But they better not lose to Miami next week. I mean, they can. I might have A&M upset alert next week.
Hey, that's gonna be a good game. If Texas A&M lose, they on a hot Jimbo on a hot seat, man.
Oh yeah, I got Miami with the upset next week.
They might run him out of town with pitchforks.
Nah, for real, nah.
No, not pitchforks.
But they paying him way too much money to be losing games like that.
Way too much money to have a 5-win season. You don't pay nobody no $11-12 million to have 5-win seasons.
And speaking of Jimbo, let's talk about Jimbo's old school, the game of the night. Number 5, LSU versus number 8, Florida State.
Let's talk about it.
Let's
go, baby. Let's talk about it.
I'm gonna start off with DJ before I get your thoughts down. DJ, what is the keys for Florida State to be successful tonight?
Win the game.
I said the keys, not what's gonna happen. What does Florida have to do to win the game?
Win the game.
All right, man, Dale. Dale, what is Florida State keys to upsetting LSU tonight?
One thing, in my opinion, just one thing: stop the run. Last year we weren't even top 50 in run defense. If we can stop the run, that's why we got the players we got in the transfer portal. That D tackle, So if we can stop the run, I think the offense is going to be there. We're going to score points. But if we can stop the run, because J.D. Daniels he's not like a run first quarterback.
You're a pro style to me.
I think we have the DBs to match up with their athletes.
So stopping the run is your major key. Y'all upset LSU tonight?
That's the thing I'm gonna look out, because if you look at last year, we couldn't stop the run for shit. That's how we was in a lot of close dog fights last year, man. Because we just couldn't stop the run, dog.
So let me ask you your opinion. DJ, what is your projected score for tonight's game?
I feel like both teams will score somewhere in the 30s.
So the 30s somewhere?
Yeah.
Dale, your score for tonight?
Yeah, I'd say like 28-31.
28-31 no's. LSU's a 2-point favorite going into this game. I'm going to read you some notes for tonight's game. This is the first top 10 matchup in the series history. FSU returns a bulk of their roster from a 10-3 season last year, including star quarterback Jordan Travis and stud DN Jared Verse. They're seeking to extend a 6-game winning streak. LSU nearly has as many starters back from his 10-4 season. Under Brian Kelly, included dynamic quarterback J.D. Daniels and speedy receiver Malik Neighbors and standout linebacker Harold Perkins. Key matchup: LSU offensive line versus Florida State's defensive line. The Tigers will return 5 starters, including bookends tackles Will Campbell, Emory Jones, but LSU could have their hands full of Verse, Fabian Lovett, and Patrick Payton. Verse has 9 sacks last year. Payton was named as ACC Rookie of the Year, and the Seminoles were ranked number 10 nationally with tackles for loss. The key matchups, players to watch: Florida State wide receiver Johnny Wilson and Michigan State transfer Keon Coleman. Expected to be one of the best wide receiver duos in the country.
Heck yeah, they both 164, 167.
The 6'7" Wilson, a fourth-year junior who had NFL attention, caught 43 passes for 875 touchdowns. Coleman 58 for 798 and 7 scores. Facts and figures. The teams opened last year in New Orleans, blah, blah, blah. So that's the key matchups. I mean, two elite receivers, 167, 164. I don't know I haven't watched LSU DBs, but that's a tall order, and I'm not being literal. That's a tall order.
Hey, and then you got to worry about another 6'3" guy, Hakeem Williams, who was a 5-star.
And then we got forget what's y'all running back, Trey Benson.
And we got one of the best running backs in the country, Trey Benson. So, and not only, bro, let's go to the defensive side of the ball. We got the number 1 D tackle in the transfer portal. We got the number 1 corner in the transfer portal.
What, you got from Virginia?
Yeah, from Virginia.
Who knew Virginia had key talent like that?
Say what?
Who knew Virginia had good players like that?
Yeah, who knew? But we got
when they got out of there.
Yeah, for real.
So how do you expect? Give me a stat line. What do you expect from Jordan Travis tonight in front of a pro nose?
I don't know. That's a great question. I mean,
that's a good question.
I just want us to win the game, man. Like, that's my bad, man. I just want us to win the game, bro.
Like that's a tall order because I mean, y'all got LSU coming, and then y'all next true test is a road there at Clemson mid-season.
Like, bro, these are the only two bad. These 2 games on our schedule, we can split these games and still make a college football playoff appearance.
I mean, that's
why I say
a lot of experts got y'all in that 4, but it's easier to get there than said and done.
Yeah, but if we win this game in my eyes, bro, ain't nobody beating us.
Now, be honest with you, Dale. Be honest with you, Dale, DJ. And I'm a Gator fan. Now, fans, subscribers, I'm a Gator fan. But out of all the teams that played this weekend, their quarterback situation looking trash. I think the top 10 outside of really Michigan, USC, I think Florida State and LSU got probably the other 2 best quarterbacks in the top 10 in the country, with Jaden Daniels and Jordan Travis. I'm really looking to see how both quarterbacks play. Both quarterbacks could be seen on Sundays. It's going to be a big game tonight, 3 hours. Well, less than 3 hours. Brian Kelly made a bold statement saying they're going to beat the brakes out of Florida State.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So,
he said that.
Yeah, he said it on
the podcast. He said, I'm going to read the quote for you, DJ. Make sure I read it loud and clear to everybody watching tonight. He made this bold statement, and I put it in the chat. He bold now. He said, and quote, let me go back to it. It was, he said, we're going to beat the heck out of Florida State. And this is on his own podcast show, the Brian Kelly Show.
Intriguing. Interesting.
So
I hope they seen it. Hope they seen he said that.
You know Norvell had shorts on. You know.
Now, in Brian Kelly's defense, Brian Kelly was the coach that can't win the big one. He won a lot of big games last year. Went to the Swamp, upset Florida, beat LSU in overtime, but he did an ugly loss against A&M last year. So you don't know which Coach Kelly gonna get.
To me, Coach Kelly showing that he can coach in any conference. I mean, he was at Notre Dame so long.
Yeah, he was at Notre Dame first. He was at Cincinnati before then. He turned Cincinnati around. He's not a bad coach. I think his LSU job will probably be his most important job because he's in the midst of a turnaround at LSU. Because let's not forget, Ed Ogeron last year, it was a COVID year, but it was a bad year. And I think Coach O should still be coaching right now. He's not a bad coach. But you put a lot of stakes into a guy who's labeled as a coach that can't win the big one. And in the SEC, you have to win the big one to be a good coach.
Yeah, SEC, you can't have 2 losses. You got more than 2 losses, especially at LSU, Alabama, Georgia. You're getting fired.
Right. And being coach at LSU lately been labeled as Alabama's real run. Auburn. So you got to go in there and consistently compete with Alabama every year. You cannot have a down year against Bama. Cannot.
Because Bama ain't gonna ever be down.
Nah, Bama gonna have
long as Nick Saban.
I mean, Bama's not gonna have too many more 2-loss seasons. So I'm looking at this Oregon State game. So DJ is looking pretty solid. It's in San Jose State. He's 16 of 20, 174. He just threw another touchdown pass. They're up 23 halfway through the third. Let's talk about next week's action before we get to the NFL of next week. You got some good ranked games next week. For week 2 college football, you got Ole Miss and Tulane, which people got to watch that game very carefully next week at 3:30. And that's a road game for Ole Miss. A&M in Miami, Iowa State. Don't sleep on Appalachian State in North Carolina. Appalachian State went to College Station to beat A&M last year. So
Appalachian State beat North Carolina last year.
Right. So I forgot they lost them last year. You got Bama and Texas, which is the game of the week next week.
That's the game of the week. I wish that was an 8 o'clock game instead of 12.
We're talking about Bama and Texas. That's a 7.
Oh, it is a late game. Oh, let's get it.
It's like on ESPN at 7.
Last year was at 12.
Yeah, because it was in Texas. That's why.
So Texas don't have night games?
They do. The last had a night game. They lost to LSU to open up the season. And they were one of the national championships. So, there's a couple of good games next week.
Pass the ball now. Come on now.
But let's go and let's shift gears to next week's NFL football action. I know a lot of teams are gearing up for this Thursday night to open up the 2023 season. I'm going to talk to Dale first. Shane Steichen came out earlier this week and announced Anthony Richardson is a captain. When the last time a rookie was a captain for the Colts?
Yeah, I was telling DJ a couple of days ago that I was like, I told him they putting a lot of pressure on that young man. In my eyes, like putting him as a captain. I mean, you must like what you see in practice,
right?
You gotta love what you be seeing in practice in order for him to be a captain. You know,
I mean, he's one of 7 captains going to the game against Jacksonville. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, Dale. What do you expect out of AR5's debut against Jacksonville on Sunday?
That's a great question. I don't know what to expect. Like, I really don't know.
I'll give you a different question. What would you, as a letter grade, what would you grade AR5's preseason?
He didn't play too much, He didn't play too much.
Did you like to see anything from him this preseason? Did not like some things from him this preseason?
No. I like what I saw. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
So you pretty much have too much expectation for him going to Sunday's game.
No, not too much expectation.
DJ, next question for you. What are your thoughts on the Pittsburgh game going into the San Francisco game this Sunday? What are your thoughts and concerns going into that game?
I really hope Nick Bosa don't play.
All right, bro. I'm here, y'all.
You said hope Nick Bosa play?
I hope he don't play.
Why?
Because what you mean why? Is Nick Bosa
fuck this game?
What you mean why?
I mean, your offensive line that trash?
No, I ain't worried about that. I'm just saying, why would I want to play Nick against Nick Bosa?
He was riding us in the nuts, man. I ain't gonna lie. They were saying he was better than you, cuz.
So, what do you expect from Kenny Pickett this year, the second year as a starter for the
as
a Steelers? What do you expect from Kenny Pickett this year?
I feel like he's gonna take a leap. Maybe it'll be, probably to like a Kirk Cousins level or something. But I'm fine with that.
Here it is.
I can usually live with that.
So, what do you see as an NFL comparison? What is Kenny Pickett ceiling to you?
His ceiling?
Yeah, as a ceiling. What's
I honestly think Pickett has the potential. I ain't gonna say he will be or he is. I think he has the potential to be, an elite quarterback.
So
But
who will be his
time will tell.
NFL comparison?
I don't know, because the way he honestly,
George.
he's closer to Joe Burrow than anybody.
You say he's closer to Joe Burrow?
He's closer to Joe Burrow than anybody. Just I ain't gonna say like the arm talent. Nothing. I'm saying about the way he plays the game, his style.
Okay.
We gonna see this season, DJ. You talking some high praise about this man. We gonna see,
Man, I
goddamn.
just said I ain't gonna say he ever gonna beat Joe Burrow. Charles, did I not say? Did I not say he will be elite one day? I just said
Yeah, he did say he'll be elite one day. He
I
said
don't think he's gonna be elite. Shit.
I said I ain't never say he was gonna be elite. I said he has the potential to be.
he has the potential to be elite. That's what he said.
Not that he will. Then I said I ain't gonna say he ever will. I'm saying he has the potential to be. But this season right here, I expect him to be, in that Kirk Cousins realm of quarterbacks.
Shit, hey, Kirk Cousins is good now. Wait a minute.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
Kirk Cousins is a regular season MVP.
Kirk Cousins is a top 10 quarterback in the regular season.
I'm saying he can be in a Kirk Cousins, but Kirk Cousins at the same time is
I don't think Kenny Pickett can do that.
Okay.
I think Kenny Pickett could be a great game manager.
Wow.
Now, what you think Kirk Cousins is?
Nah, sometimes
the greatest game manager ever.
He's talking about the greatest game manager ever. Exactly.
It's a difference between great and greatest.
Hey, listen, I ain't saying he gonna be as good as Kirk. I said he would be in Kirk's realm of quarterbacks. So you got to think about the realm of quarterbacks Kirk is. You got Kirk, you got Dak, you got Jimmy Garoppolo.
I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like he would be in that realm of quarterbacks.
I ain't gonna lie. The duo of George Pickens and Deontay Johnson.
I'm gonna say and then you got Pat Freiermuth, and you picked up Kenny Robinson.
Right. I have to say this, and I'm a Jags fan, but the duo of Pickens and Johnson is an underrated duo.
And then you get, then like I said, you add Pat Freiermuth to that, and you picked up Allen Robinson.
We'll see, Coach.
So he has the weapons.
He has weapons.
He has the weapons. So we'll see.
Because I know Allen Robinson's older, but he was in a bad situation with the Rams. He's in a bad situation.
With the Rams, exactly. And he got hurt.
They had no quarterback, and he was hurt for most of the season. So I think he could turn it around. Because he showed Spurs he could be during his prime, he was a good top.
He was 1,000 wide receivers in Jacksonville.
Hey, like I said, Coach, we're gonna see. Y'all got the 49ers. Y'all got one of the best defenses in the NFL. So,
and that's why I said I hope Nick Bosa don't play.
We gonna see. And they still got they still got Fred Warner.
Y'all are 3-point underdog in that game too, DJ.
You said what?
Y'all are 3-point underdog.
And I like that. Thank you. I want to be the underdog.
Let's
talk about this right quick. This is the real question. Trey Lance to the Cowboys.
That's a dumb move. He should have went to the Cardinals.
The Cardinals didn't trade for him because it's not his decision.
Yeah,
I know.
I traded for him. That man had any choice.
I mean, if we talk about fit, he don't fit them at all. His best fit would have been with the Cardinals, especially with the situation right now.
The Cardinals ain't got nobody.
I mean, Colt McCoy as my starter? Come on, bro.
They cut Colt McCoy, bro. It's either gonna be Josh Dobbs. It's either gonna be Josh Dobbs or that rookie they drafted.
It might be Josh Dobbs, most likely.
Yeah, I know I like Josh Dobbs. Let's go, Josh.
So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. Like
the Titans should have kept Josh Dobbs.
I like Trey Lance to the Cowboys because if Washington ain't go out there and have a bad year, Dak Prescott.
Hey man, Cooper Rush is better.
Yeah,
Cooper Rush is better than Trey Lance, in my opinion.
Did the Cowboys cut Cooper Rush or is he still there?
They kept Cooper Rush.
They cut Will Greer.
They cut Will Greer. And I think Will Greer might be done for.
Somebody gonna pick up. Somebody gonna pick up Will Greer. See, we went out there and did that last preseason game.
I mean, the Cardinals need to look at Will Greer right now.
I think the Cardinals only care because Kyler's coming back in the middle of the season, and I honestly believe that when Kyler come back, they'll win games. Yeah,
I think they'll race with Caleb Williams though.
I think they'll come. I think they think when they come back, they can win some games with Kyler. But it's like, if you tank for Caleb Williams, that means you can have the number 1 overall pick. And do you draft Caleb Williams when you just signed Kyler to this big ass contract? You got all this money, all this dead money on the books.
Somebody will trade for him.
You still gonna have that dead money on the books.
Yeah, that is true.
You still gonna have
But
dead
yeah,
money on the books. So,
yeah.
huh?
You know, I said I was grilling, cuz. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Charles. It's off topic.
Oh
But
no, you good.
I pulled my cast iron skillet out the cabinet. I toasted my buns,
Man said I
and I just put
toasted
the
my
bacon.
buns. Charles, what's the next question, cuz?
Oh, I thought you was still going. I was waiting on
Oh,
him.
DJ, you still going, cuz? Hello?
All right. So we're now at the part of the show. We're gonna do our pick'ems for this weekend NFL. So, Dale, our first game, the Thursday night season opener, Lions and Chiefs. The Super Bowl champs unload their newest banner. You got the Lions up the upset. You got the Chiefs take care of business.
I got the Lions. I got the Chiefs taking care of business, but it's gonna be a close game. Pat
Chiefs
Mahomes is
take
gonna
care
have to play like Pat Mahomes in
of
week
DJ.
11, 12, middle of the season. I
Lions
feel like Pat
Chiefs.
Mahomes gonna. I feel like because the Lions, they actually did good from last year, bro. Like
Right. They're a
they went
lot
out the last
better.
year. They're a lot better. Dan Gilbert's doing this. Not Dan Gilbert, but I forgot who the head coach name is. But
Dan Campbell.
huh? Dan
Dan.
Campbell. Dan Campbell. He's a good coach, so he's doing something over there. He's trying to build something. And Jared Goff had his best season last season. One of his best seasons last season statistically.
Right.
So that they added pieces on that defense with their first round pick. They got that linebacker. They added Jameer Gibbs on the offense because DeAndre Swift just really wasn't that it for him. But it seems like Jameer Gibbs is going to be that guy for him. A lot of good things been coming out of training camp. But I got the Chiefs winning just because Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid, they'd have been there, they'd have done it. You know, in order for the Lions to win, they're gonna have to be real physical.
Okay. DJ. Lions and Chiefs.
I don't think DJ care cut.
All right. We'll go to the next game. Texans and Ravens.
I got the Ravens winning that. I mean,
That should be easy dub for
I
them.
don't know. I think CJ Stroud will be a bust just because if you look at
Think
Ohio
so?
State's quarterbacks, they never really pan out to be NFL quarterbacks, you know?
Right. I mean, the jury's still out on Justin Fields, so
The jury's still out on this is his year. Like, if he don't
yeah.
do it this year, I'm pretty sure they'll decline his fifth year option and he'll
Right.
go into his fourth year. Uh,
Um, battle in the AFC North. Bengals and Browns.
that's gonna be a good game. That's gonna be a real good game. I don't know. I mean,
That's a toss up.
Cincinnati still has offensive line problems, you know. So
I'm gonna give the nod to Cleveland at home.
I want Cleveland to win because I like Deshaun. You
I know
know,
you like Sean. I know you do.
I want to see Deshaun succeed. I like Deshaun.
I'm gonna give the Browns a win by 3.
Okay.
All right. I wish George was here for this one. Bucks and Vikings. Sunday afternoon.
Oh, that's easy. I got the Bucks winning. The Vikings winning that. The Bucks. Hell, they were talking about Mike Evans want to trade because they don't even want to pay him. You know, like
No.
they're talking about Mike Evans is talking about leaving the Bucks, if not being traded. Well, actually, no, he's not talking about being traded. He's talking about leaving when the season's over with because he wanted a new contract before the season started. The Bucks didn't want to give it to him after all he's done, so
No.
he stopped contracts talk so he can focus on football. But if I'm him, once I stop, I don't start no more. I'll go become a free agent after this season because I know I have some teams that need me. So I would leave. Uh, Tampa Bay if I was him. But they don't even want to do right by him by giving him a new contract.
What George had to say about that? I know he had something to say about that.
Oh, he ain't had nothing to say.
It
I
is.
got. I have my mic muted, so he'll hear me.
Oh, I wish he did heard you though. So you got the Bucks losing to the Vikings. I do too, as well. I think that game's gonna be like. I got the Vikings winning by at least 14.
And Kirk
Titans
Cousins, we all know Kirk Cousins is the regular season MVP.
and Justin Jefferson got a field day against that Bucks secondary.
A field day.
He gonna have at least 100 plus.
Hey, Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hockenson.
And don't forget the X Factor, KJ Osborne.
You think he an X factor, cuz?
He thinks out of receivers, he's an X. No, actually, back. Jordan Addison is an X
Jordan,
Factor.
I was going to say Jordan Addison. Yeah.
Jordan Addison. I forgot to draft Jordan Addison. He could be another Adam Thielen type receiver.
He could be an offensive rookie of the year.
I mean, he reminds me so much of Stephon Diggs a little bit. Titans and Saints in New Orleans.
You said what, Charles?
Derek Carr's debut, Titans and Saints.
Wait, who the Saints play? Oh, the Titans.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the Saints winning that, man. I do. I like the Saints defense. I don't like Ryan Tannehill. I understand they got D-Hop. I think D-Hop. I think this is the last couple of years. He just wanted to get that check. Yeah, he wanted to get that check. That's why he went to. That's why he went to what's the name? Since the Bengals, the Titans, they don't have a good. I mean, Mike Vrabel's a good defensive guy, but I don't think they have the personnel. They have the best one of the best safeties in the game, but
they got the best running back in the game too.
They got the best running back in the game, but he's 28, and we all know if you look at statistics, once running backs turn 28, that's when they start to decline.
That's it for him. Wow.
You know, yeah, that's about it. So.
All right. Next game we're talking about. I guess DJ.
Well, I sent invites already, bro.
Panthers and Falcons.
Mike's already in here. We ain't on you, Cole.
Panthers and Falcons.
I'm back.
Hold on.
Panthers and Falcons.
Hold on. Before we go back to that, DJ, what's up, man? DJ, what's up, man?
What up, Cole?
All right, we're gonna go through some of the games that you missed. Lions and Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Texans and Raiders. Texans and Ravens.
Oh, Ravens?
Yeah.
Ravens.
Cleveland and Cincinnati.
Cincy.
Bucks and Vikings.
Vikings. I don't even know why I hit that one.
Yeah, we all said the Vikings on that. The Bucks suck.
Yeah, man, George heard about that. Titans and Saints.
That's a good one.
So he hesitated on that one.
Yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
Dale said the Saints.
I want to say the Saints too. But dang, bro. Derrick Henry. That's a good defense, though. That's a good defense.
That's a good defense. And that back end is real good. You got Marshawn Lynch and Tyrann Mathieu at safety and Marshawn Lynch at corner.
Yeah, give me the Saints. Give me the Saints.
Mario Davis, one of the best inside linebackers in the game right now.
Atlanta and Carolina. Bryce Young debut on the road A-Town.
I want to say Carolina because I want Bryce Young to succeed.
Who Atlanta starting?
Desmond Ritter, bro. They started Desmond Ritter.
I got Carolina with the win.
Give me Falcons.
Falcons.
I mean, damn, they got Adam Thielen.
They got Adam Thielen. They got Jonathan Mingo, the rookie they just drafted.
They got Miles Sanders.
They got Miles Sanders at running back. They got the other receiver is DJ Chark.
You got DJ Chark.
Jonathan Mingo. What was that other one they got?
They got Terrence Marshall.
Terrence Marshall from LSU. That's right. They got some young, good defense. I mean,
give me Falcons.
All right. 49ers and Steelers.
49ers and Steelers.
He said Steelers.
I got 49ers.
49ers?
Yeah.
Commanders and Cardinals.
I got the Commanders.
Yeah, that should be no hesitation.
They said Sam
You know
Howell was
what?
playing real good in training camp. So
Give him the Cardinals.
Huh?
If
Cardinals.
job, if John start, give him the Cardinals.
Huh?
I'm rocking with Josh Dobbs.
All right.
Josh Dobbs ain't got nobody to throw to. He ain't got no offensive
You got
line.
It
He
don't.
ain't got
He
no
got Hollywood
defense.
Brown. It don't.
You got Hollywood
That
Brown,
man
Rondell
said
Moore.
Hollywood Brown.
You got Rondell Moore, Hollywood Brown. That's speed.
Rondell Moore ain't a top 20 receiver. He probably ain't a top 30 receiver.
He's a speed receiver, though.
Yeah, but he can't catch, just like Hollywood.
Brown's inconsistent at catching the ball.
Hollywood Brown is not trash, though. You be a little too critical, of Hollywood Brown.
I'm not being critical. It's the truth with Hollywood Brown. He inconsistent with catching the ball.
He is inconsistent with catching the ball. He is inconsistent with catching the ball. And I will admit that.
Charles.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Hollywood
Broncos
Brown's
and Raiders.
inconsistent. Broncos and Raiders.
Yeah.
I got the Raiders. The Broncos got to show me.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I don't care if you got.
We trust,
I don't
man.
care if you got
Let's
Sean
go
Payton over there or
Broncos.
not. You got to show me.
I don't. Yeah,
I believe in
might
Sean
be. I
Payton.
don't
I
care
believe
about.
Russell Wilson.
I'm looking at the offense. Okay, Russell
I
Wilson in
believe
that
in Sean
offense
Payton.
got
I
to show
believe in
me
Russell Wilson.
that
They got to prove
they can. Yeah, they got to prove it to me. Like
Fair enough. Dolphins and Chargers.
Dolphins. Ooh, that's gonna be a good game. Dolphins and Chargers. That's a tough pick.
Give
That's a
him Chargers.
tough pick.
I'm gonna go Dolphins because of Tyreek and Jalen Waddle.
Jalen ain't playing, so that
They got
defense is
Tyreek, that's
still.
enough.
Yeah, I don't.
They got who?
Tyreek's enough.
They got-
Tyreek. I
Bro,
might
they
go
got Eli
Miami,
Apple.
dog.
Bro, give me Chargers. They got Dolphins got Eli Apple starting. Give me Chargers.
Oh, I forgot they do got.
Never mind. Chargers. I like Eli Apple.
Yeah, I'll take the Chargers.
Yeah, because I know Keenan Allen hurt a lot, but you still got Mike Williams, Quentin Johnston, and Jordan Palmer. That's enough.
The Chargers defense is better.
Yeah, and the quarters for the Chargers are way more healthier than the Dolphins.
And you
I'll take
got
Samuel
Derwin James
Jr.
back there.
Florida
You got
State.
Sante Samuel and J.C. Jackson,
Come on now, and Derwin James, Florida State. Come on, we got two Florida State niggas in the backfield.
and then you still got Joey Bosa. So yeah, that's enough. Eagles and Patriots.
Eagles all
That should be
day.
no-brainer. The Eagles only a 4-point favorite. Tough. Packers and Bears. I got the Bears winning this one. No problem.
Packers
Give
and
me
the
the Packers.
Bears.
Give
I
me
got
the
the Packers. I got the
Give me
Packers.
Packers.
Oh, you a Jordan Love believer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
see it
I
in
believe
that
in Jordan
preseason.
Love. Yeah,
And that's
I saw the
acceptable.
preseason games.
That's what the preseason.
got-
Hey, it's more about a Jordan Love believer. Is Justin Fields still got to prove it to me?
I believe this is a good job
Justin
done
Fields
at
got to
home.
prove it. Justin Fields got to prove it. I'm sorry, and I'm not saying go be a 1,000-yard rusher. I don't give a fuck about that. I need you to be
I don't care about your
5,000-yard passer. That's what I need.
Uh,
I didn't trade for
Rams
DJ Moore just for you to run for 1,000 yards.
Rams and Seahawks.
I got the Seahawks.
DJ?
Yeah, give me the Seahawks. I mean, that's if Cooper Kupp don't play, give me the Seahawks.
Cowboys Giants.
I don't even care about that shit. Like, I
Hey,
don't believe
man.
in Daniel Jones.
Let's go,
He's
G, man.
had that one good year.
Let's go, G, man.
I don't believe in.
I hate Dak
I
Prescott.
don't believe in
Daniel
Dak
Jones, and I
Prescott.
don't
I hate
believe
that.
Exactly. I don't.
I hate Dak. Dak's probably, but
I'm gonna go
outside
Giants just because
quarterback.
they got Paris Campbell and he used to play on the Colts, so I got Giants.
Let's see. Last game of the night, Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers versus Josh Allen.
Man, I got AR8, man. God.
ARA. Hey man, no one circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Bills.
Give me the Bills.
Well, it's gonna be some
Aaron
good
Rodgers
games
gonna
next
learn what the
week.
AFC. Nah, I think Aaron Rodgers gonna learn what the AFC about. This ain't the NFC. We play ball over here.
It's football. Football is football.
Okay, there's a difference.
All right. Before we get ready to close down for the night, any final remarks, closing remarks for y'all guys?
No, sir.
Go no.
Hey, what? Yeah, I was just gonna say, go Noles, man. Watch. Hey, listen, all the listeners. If Florida State can stop the run, we win it. I'm sorry.
So kickoff starts in less than 2 hours.
Yeah, hey, if we can stop the run, we win it. Because I feel like our athletes can jump over their
It's
athletes.
about it's a little bit over our way, ain't it? Kickoff at
It's like
7.
8 or 8:30.
7:30.
It's at 7:30, go.
Oh, so a little over an hour and a half. Actually, a little over an
We
hour.
right around the corner. Right around the corner, go.
Wow, Northwestern lost to Rutgers. Tough.
Hey,
That's a 12th loss in a row.
Wyoming beat somebody. Who Wyoming beat might be? They beat Texas. Wyoming beat Texas Tech. We didn't even talk about that.
Ay. Come on, Texas Tech.
Hey, did FAMU end up winning that game?
FAMU's up 28-10 with less than 3 minutes to go, and they're inside Jackson State 30.
That game over.
Well, congratulations to FAMU. They'll open season 1-0. Next week, they'll take the field on the road against US7. I think FAMU could win that game next week.
Who they play?
South Florida.
Oh, they play South Florida? Okay.
They could win that game. Hey, South Florida lost to Western Kentucky today.
Talking about yesterday?
Yeah, that's Western Kentucky yesterday.
Damn, that's tough.
It'd be funny if they lose to FAMU next week, and they gotta host Alabama next week at 3:30. I mean, in 2 weeks.
What USF do?
USF hosts Bama in 2 weeks,
Tough.
and they got a 1% chance of winning that game.
1%. I'm surprised they gave them a 1% chance.
Hey, fam, you got a 5.5% chance of beating USF next week.
Really?
5.5%. USF lost 41-21. The quarterback for USF, he ran for 160, but he threw.
They lost bad.
Yeah, the quarterback's a dual threat. He went 15 for 34 for 166, 1 touchdown, 2 picks, and he ran the ball 25 times for 160 and 2 touchdowns. Oh yeah, by the way, a former Gator running back plays for USF. Naquan Wright ran for his first career 100-yard game. Too bad plays for a worse team than us.
Hey, Jimmy Horn that played at Colorado now, him and the Weaver dude, number 10 on Colorado. They both went to USF.
Well, USF got a lot of work to do. Wow, USF don't even got UCF scheduled this year. That's tough.
UCF in the Big 12 now, huh?
But they should have kept their main rivalry game though. Still,
well, you know, that's all the way up to the ADs. So.
Oh yeah, before we finish, I want to ask y'all 2 questions. What are your thoughts on the Cal, Stanford, SMU teams going to the ACC next year?
They just did it. They did it just to be a part of Power 5 conference. And hell, SMU did it because they just wanted to be a part of the action. Like they're not taking no TV revenue for the next 7 or 9 years. But they getting college football playoff revenue. Now, a lot of people don't know that, but they getting college football playoff revenue, but they're not getting they're not getting TV revenue, which is the big money. But from what I heard, like the boosters at SMU was cool with it, and the boosters like, well, shit, we'll just pay.
Well, speaking of Big 12, UCF goes on the road next week to take on Boise State before they open up conference play in 2 weeks at Kansas State.
Hey, one team to keep an eye on for me is Kansas.
Oh yeah, Jalen Daniels, I like him.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Big 12, Cincinnati first year in the Big 12. Emory Jones made his debut for Cincinnati. 19 of 23, 345, and 5 touchdowns.
Well, that was who they played, Pitt?
No, they played Eastern Kentucky.
Oh, they played Pitt next weekend.
Emory Jones also had 9 carries, 26 yards, 2 touchdowns. Xavier Henderson, 7 catches, 149, a touchdown. What was that, Florida? People go to different conferences, act totally different. Maybe it's a good thing for them.
Yeah.
But they travel to Pitt next week. That's a sleeper game next week for Cincinnati.
Yeah, they better not sleep on Pitt.
And they open up Big 12 play at home against Oklahoma. That's gonna be a good game.
Oklahoma's good. I think Brent Venables is gonna have that defense looking good.
Hey, shout out to my boy Marcus Strong from Lake Butler. He's started right in for the Oklahoma Sooners. Made his debut yesterday. Had his first career tackle against whoever they played. I think it was Arkansas State. But yeah, for the little town people, man, let's go. But we'll see. It's gonna be some good.
Hey, speaking of, shout out to my boy Jalen Key. Played for Bama, DB number 6. Caught a pick yesterday.
Where you from, Cuff?
He from Quincy, but he played ball at Gotti.
No, that got me. Bama student.
Yeah.
Any shout-outs for you, Dale?
No, I ain't got no shout outs.
Hey, it's all right, cuz. Just jump on the Jalen Key train. He played at Gotti.
Yeah, hey, for real. I'll jump on his train, Cuff. He went to God. Fuck.
Hey man, shout out to my boy George. He wasn't here today, but man, we miss you. Well, we don't miss you.
Yeah,
Man.
we'll meet you.
We don't really need.
Hey, also for the record, Jalen Daniels does not start no more at Kansas. It's a quarterback named Jason Bean. He's a starting quarterback now for Kansas.
Really?
Yeah, Jalen Daniels don't start no more. I think he's still hurt, probably.
Probably is.
Let me see.
What he did last year? How would he not be?
News. Oh,
Man, pulled a jump.
okay. They said he wasn't 100%. He said a back problem, so that's why he didn't play. But all right, guys, I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Another season 3 is underway. We'll be back on Sunday for more. Football is back. We're gonna recap all of this week's action. NFL starts Thursday. We're gonna talk about on next week. Did Florida State eventually upset LSU, or did the Noles join the 0-1 trade like my Gators did? Appreciate to my panel guests, my main man right here, man, Dale Spears, and Mr. Main Event himself, Derek Jackson, man. Appreciate y'all boys pulling up. We'll be back next week. Same place, same time, same channel. Tune in next week. Y'all have a blessed same weekend. I'll let y'all boys later.
Yes, sir.
Right,
Go Noles,
man.
baby.
Y'all take care. Go Noles.
Go get us.